Well, speaking of DC shows and DC projects that may have a shaky ground going forward, the Wonder Twins movie. Yeah, remember that thing that was supposedly coming? Well, it's now been canceled. And I can't say I'm really gonna miss it. However, I think this kind of marks some bigger shifts in direction going forward that I'm sure people are going to be divided about, because this is not the only DC related thing. It's just the high profile movie that got officially canceled. So at the around the same time that the Wonder Twins movie got canceled, we also got announcements that Batwoman was going to be canceled after, I think it's either 3 or 4 seasons. I think it was 3 seasons and it wouldn't be getting a fourth. And then Legends of Tomorrow would also be canceled. Legends of Tomorrow is less shocking to me because that was on for like 7 years. Um, so as far as I know, the only shows left. Oh, Naomi also. No, Naomi is staying, I believe. Um, so we still get Stargirl, Naomi, Superman and Lois, and the Flash. I think that's about it. I have been saying for a little bit that I fully intend for WarnerBros Discovery to pull out of CW entirely. We've talked about it on the show before. We have a whole separate news topic about it. CW has been bleeding money for Warner Brothers for a really, really long time. So I would not be surprised if they try and just go, okay, the popular shows that people are responding to, those you just need to go to HBO Max. Some of them are already more or less HBO Max shows to begin with. Superman and Lois is not a CW show. It's an HBO Max finance show that just happens to air on CW. That's why the visual effects are better. That's why the writing is better and less CWE. It still has a little bit of that, but it feels so drastically different from The Flash and everything else. But getting back to the Wonder Twins, this is a smart idea. This was already on shaking ground to begin with, of people going, really? We can't get Man of Steel 2, but we can get a Wonder Twins movie. We can't get a Green Lantern show or movie, but we can get a Wonder Twins movie. I think this is further confirmation of some stuff that we've been hearing, that Warner Bros. Discovery wants to basically scrap anything and start with a clean slate and really focus on the core characters first before fleshing out into the obscure characters, which is a mixed bag because, one, that's a really smart idea, really solid strategy. They want to reintroduce Superman, good. They want to reuse and bring back Green Lantern, good. But for those of us that have been waiting for a Nightwing movie, it just means we're probably going to have to kick that rock further down the street and wait a little bit longer, because looking at some of the stuff that got announced a while back that has made like no progress, I would not be surprised gets cut by the wayside. You've got stuff like the Gotham Knights TV show that was supposed to air on CW. That was supposed to be filming soon. They had casted some roles, but not all of them yet. I expect that to fully get canceled. The Green Lantern show, I have not heard anything about that except for some castings here and there. There's a few people cast, but other than that, there's been no forward progress on that. I would not be surprised if they scrap that at all and just go, this huge, massive world of Green Lantern, why don't we turn that into a movie universe? Because I know the previous, I don't want to say, yeah, previous administration, so to speak, was very reticent to use the Green Lantern universe because they're just like, well, the Ryan Reynolds one failed, so that means audiences don't want to see a Green Lantern movie. I'm going, that's not the case. If you make a good Green Lantern movie, people will go out to see it. You also get projects like Justice League Dark, which I feel like genuinely has been in production hell for close to a decade. Production hell. Okay, I make myself laugh. But stuff like Zatanna has a writer and director, but there's been no forward progress on that. And of course, if we're talking about DC projects with no forward progress in recent memory, we got to talk about the Nightwing movie. I think all of these projects going by the wayside. The Cyborg movie, I felt like that got abandoned a while ago anyway. But all those projects probably shelved for the time being, and then they'll reevaluate. Okay, we want to do a Superman movie. We want to do a Green Lantern core movie. We want to focus on our core cast of DC properties that people might recognize. Then we'll branch off. Blue Beetle is still safe because that's pretty far in pre-production. So thank goodness. Static Shock. I could go either way. I would like to say that they'll still make the Static Shock movie just for Josh's sake and my sake too. I like Static Shock, but I'm less confident that it's sticking around now than I was a few weeks ago. Uh, Again, I trust Warner Bros. Discovery's direction going forward. This is a smart move getting rid of Wonder Twins, and as much as it sucks currently of some stuff getting canceled, some of these projects was basically poop or get off the pot. Like, they've been in production for too long. We need to either do something with these. Starting fresh may suck, but it's probably best for the brand in the long term. And David Zaslav very much seems like he plays the long game. He doesn't want to just get momentary victories. He wants to play the long game, so to speak, not, oh, this one movie did well. I think he's thinking grand epic universe, so to speak, more than anything else. I expect more cancellations to come soon. These next few months for DC are going to be very, very interesting, and I still refuse to give up hope that Henry Cavill will return. I think we just gotta get past this Flash movie. This Flash movie, I don't even think they know what they're doing with it. I know they want the Flash to reset the timeline or everything. I think we don't really have a whole lot of stuff coming out post the Flash now with their time slot. Not time slot, with their schedule. After the Flash, I think they'll just be like, okay, the Flash, that didn't reboot anything. That just closed the loop, so to speak. From here on out, we're just going completely fresh slate. We're starting over, new everything. We'll see if that's actually what they end up doing, but next few months for DC are going to be very interesting for sure. I still have faith. I have more faith than I did now than a few months ago, and I really trust the direction of our current leadership. But we shall see. I've been wrong before.